Hey, what's going on guys? Sean or MOOSTANG09, and we're bringing you a new video. And today we're doing some more lighting upgrades. This time, it's not on the truck or the Mustang. It's actually on the 4Runner. And we have some awesome help here. Once again, Joey's back in town. So shout out to Joey for coming up, spending the 4th of July weekend with us. And he's the local Toyota expert. Well, not local anymore.
That's why you have me out here.
Yeah.
That's to help you on your 4Runner.
Yeah. Free labor, free knowledge. But we're installing these bad boys. So we've got the Baja designs. These will be ditch lights. And then these are their fog light kit for they have them for the Tacoma or the 4Runner. And so they have the housings and everything that'll make it go in there and look really, really good. And the other thing that I really like is that Baja just makes it so easy with their wiring harness and everything like that. It just is flawless. And huge shout out, Headlight Revolution. Thank you guys so much for helping out with this. They gave me a good deal on these lights. And as always, they're a big supporter of the channel. And we have some more stuff coming up that we're doing with them really, really soon. So if you're interested in fog lights, headlights, reverse lights, any kind of LED lighting, they're your people to go to, and you can use the code MOOSTANG and it gets you free shipping. So I'll leave a link for that in the description below. To kick off this video though, we're gonna start with the fog lights. This is a pretty straightforward kit, and so we think we can knock it out in no time at all. Joey is flying out a little bit later, so we're gonna try and get this done before his flight leaves. This part's easier to film with the phone since it has the flash on it, but here is the shroud that covers the passenger fog light. It's held on with 3 of these plastic clips here. I just started pulling on it and I could see the clip trying to work its way out. So I used a tiny little flathead to start prying it. Okay, it's out. I was able to pry the first side out, and then the top came right off, and then I just kind of gave it a hard yank and it came the rest of the way. Now it's over there, gone forever. Aaron Hernandez. Back in here, those are the 2 screws that were on the driver's side. You've never heard that joke?
No.
Oh yeah. You don't know? Do you know who Aaron Hernandez was?
Yeah, the football player, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the thing. Is like everybody was saying, "Oh, gone forever," because he got life. Come on, Joey. I don't need to explain the joke to you. You're too young.
Baseball player, man. Baseball player.
So we'll unscrew these like we did the driver's side. I should have undone the light first so that it doesn't move on me, but unplug it. Then the whole bracket comes off. There's our light.
Oh, you got it.
Ugly halogen ones. Do what?
You got it unplugged.
Yeah, I was able to do it this time, Joey.
Yeah, it's ugly. Halogen. Ugly yellow.
Ugly yellow. We're going with the good yellow.
Yeah, nice.
Amber.
Clean yellow.
Amber.
Amber, not yellow.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So the little housing piece goes towards the inside of the...
Correct. Yeah.
So this will be passenger side.
Well, bam.
And then driver side. And if you notice, there's a bigger lip towards the inside. So when they're in, it'll be like that. Before we put them in the car, we have to mount the brackets that Baja sent with this kit. So we'll mount the brackets and then we'll put them in from under the car or behind the bumper, not slide it like that. So, did you get it?
Yeah.
All done. Sweet. So we have both.
We got both.
Show them. So I'm driver side.
I'm passenger.
Passenger. We're good to go. Next step. In the instruction says, put them on the car. We're gonna start on the passenger side, guys, and install the fog light here. Joey, you're gonna point out, so you'll see these 2 slots up there, top and bottom, and then looking at this bracket, you'll notice that it has these 2 tabs. And what's gonna happen is when you put this in, you're gonna turn it in like sideways and then rotate it, and it'll sit in those clips. And then we'll use our factory hardware for these 2 mounting holes over here, which will make it really easy. If you wanna put that in, I'll film it from the front. Put the tabs, yeah, tabs are in. Yeah, that looks great. It's lined up pretty awesome.
Cool.
Perfect. So,
Right here.
yeah, you have them over there. Those are the fender ones. And then the screwdriver's right here. So Joey's got the driver's side all in. Now he's gotta move over to the, oh, sorry, passenger side. I said driver's side. Joey's got the passenger side all in and buttoned up. And so now we'll move over to the driver's side. So here is our plug that goes to our light. And if you'll notice there's a black and a white wire. And below the black wire says A and the white wire says B. Now on our harness, we want to make sure our black is lined up with our black, and then our brown wire will go to our brown. But when we build our harness, we need to make sure that the black wire is going to A. So we will look over here. We have our harness, you're filming on that one now. And we have a black wire, and that goes to A. So on the buildable unit here, you see an A is right there. So this will essentially just go in like that. Or no, like that. So A goes in, and then the brown one will go in to the B side. I should have shoved them in at the same time.
You feel it pop?
Yeah, you can. There's a little click to it, but you want to make sure that you have all of that weather stripping stuff in there so that the water doesn't get in there and contaminate it. And then just click it, and it's done. Now that we have it built and plugged in, you'll notice that the black is on the A on my right, and so is the black on the bottom. So black, and then white and brown. Then you have this plug, which mates to your factory plug. So this guy comes in just like that. And before we button everything up, what we'll do, we'll turn the car on right quick and make sure the lights are working. We'll go and wire the passenger side real quick, and then we'll test it. I'll definitely put that in on the factory harness part. These have that weatherproofing, so it's pretty solid. Here we go.
Moment of truth. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, what?
You only got one.
Only got one.
You only got one. Right row.
That's not good. Did I not clip it all the way? Oh, no. Were you recording?
Yes.
When that fell right out? Because I didn't clip it all the way in like a dingleberry? That's so funny. There we go.
Make sure it clicks.
Goodness. I was worried there.
Sheesh.
We got two now?
We got two.
We got two working. Oh, hallelujah.
That's clean.
That's easy peasy, man.
Ooh.
Get some amber action. Yellow, different colors there.
That's clean.
The fancy Morimoto's Headlight Revolution.
Where?
HeadlightRevolution.com.
What's your code?
I think it's just Mustang.
Just Moostang.
Just Mustang.
We figured that out.
Yeah, I gave Joey the wrong code. Sweet, man. Now we can zip tie up some of the loose harness and then put the fender covers back on. And we're good to go.
Dope.
Those turned out great. So that was a super simple install. I mean, if you're not filming and you're focusing on it, what do you think? 30 minutes?
If that.
Yeah. Yeah, 30 minutes max for the fog light install. Super easy, great weekend project. Something that just to get your feet wet and kind of get into the game of modifying your 4Runner. Super easy mod. Those were not bad. Next, we're going to go into something that I would say is a little more advanced. Would you agree? The ditch lights.
Next step.
Yeah, it's kind of the next step into modding it and getting some more lights going on your 4Runner or your Tacoma. So we have some Baja ditch lights. They'll go onto a Cali raised bracket, which will then mount here, right?
Yeah, so it's going to mount on these two bolts and then come back and sit like right there.
And they're pretty low profile,
Yeah.
so they don't stick out super high. Hopefully like minimal wind noise. We'll start by mounting the bracket that Baja sends to the light, and then the light with that bracket onto the Cali raised ditch light bracket.
Hey Moostang, which lights did you get?
Oh, good question. So these are the Squadron Sports, and I may be switching these out because I got the driving combo, which means that these are going to project out further rather than a wide cornering where they kind of spray out to the side and open up real wide and have a good pattern. So if we don't like these and they're too far out forward and not enough out to the side like we want, probably switch them out for some wide cornerings, and probably end up hanging on to these because we may use them somewhere else on this truck, or who knows, my truck or something. But yeah, so these are the Squadron Sports driving combo for this. We have our first light built, and as Joey was just mentioning, and I didn't record, word of advice is to put the big bolt in on the bottom, or you're not going to have fun later on because you're going to have to take the bracket apart. The way these go together is it goes the bolt, the bracket, and then the serrated edge washer that goes between the bracket and the light itself. You guys can see that in there. But this one's done. Joey's just putting that together real quick, and then we'll mount these to the Cali raised brackets. So this is passenger side?
Yes, sir.
So passenger side one is on there, and we use the 14 and the 9/16 on the bottom just to tighten it. So it's snugged up on there, and then this one you can still play a little bit, so we can tighten these once it's mounted, and we get these adjusted to however we want. And then also, if you wanted to, you could turn this if you were doing more of a wide cornering and point it more down towards the front right of the car for the passenger side.
You're up.
So how do you know how to adjust it front to back?
It's slotted so that way it'll also fit the Lexus GX models.
So
it's
where,
just gonna
how
be,
should it fit back here?
Just want to make sure it's going to clear the windshield wiper. So I move it up a little bit more forward. Or it goes much forward as possible.
It's up all the way.
Yeah. Yeah, you still got some clearance.
That's easy.
Yep.
And this guy can go back in its
Pop that back in, and then
Yep.
we'll just run the wiring. So if your car has hood struts, you might be battling them a little bit. What you can do is trace the hinge with Sharpie, or just follow the dirt line that's still there.
Yeah, I outlined it just to be safe. So it's pretty close to being back.
We're a little too bright.
Yeah, you're
There you go.
We pulled these weather stripping seals off that hold the hood, and all you have to do is slide them towards the vehicle, towards the cab, and they kind of just pop right off. Joey's running the wiring down right here. He's already got it clipped into the Baja harness that the kit comes with. So we'll run passenger one, and then the bulk of it will be on the driver's side, because that's where we're going to go through the firewall at over here. So he's finishing up over there. We'll come tuck this one and plug it in as well. And then what we're going to do is for the passenger wire that has to go across, we're just going to zip tie it along that main body harness right there, just so that it stays really nice and clean and tucked out of the way. We don't want it to look like a rat's nest under here. Trying to do our best to make sure it stays nice and organized. We've got some zip ties along the back. That wire is tucked along nicely on that back wall. And now Joey is wiring up positive and negative leads onto the battery. One thing I forgot to mention earlier is Baja sends you a really nice switch. However, we're going to use the one that looks like a factory button from Cali Raised. And this is a 4-pin. And the reason why it has 4 is because it'll light up the switch, positive and ground, and then the power for the switch.
They sell a little relay holder. You can slide it, take this little mount out, and then slide it onto the relay holder.
So you can bolt it to the body?
Yeah, or if you plan on going with the switching system, you don't really need to keep it.
Yeah.
Or we can just take it off, take this mount off, and then tuck it away. It's up to you.
Okay.
But we can find out that bolt size. There's already 2 pre-drilled, pre-tapped holes, I guess you should say. And you can just run a bolt through it.
I'm willing to bet I've got a bag of bolts, and I'm willing to bet I've got one that'll fit in there.
It's like a M8 or something.
I
bet
I've got one. So Joey's gonna cut this plug off here
and it was plugged into the other
to the Baja one.
Yeah, so I just unplugged it.
So he just unplugged it, and then he's gonna cut it because this is where we're gonna wire up the new switch, and it's gonna make it easier to pass this through the firewall. And something that Joey's done in the past on his truck and has a lot of experience with is instead of poking a hole through the grommet, he has suggested that we just go around the grommet. These wires are real thin, so it's not going to pry it open very much at all, if any. And we don't have to worry about trying to puncture a hole and possibly cutting some wire that's already passing through there. So we'll just slide that around real quick and push it through, and it'll come out under the dash inside the 4Runner. As you can see right there is the screwdriver, the head of that. Instead of getting a coat hanger, we just decided to use a really long screwdriver. Joey's got electrical tape. He's gonna tape the other end of the wiring to that. And then once he has that in, I can just come up under here and pull it out. And there you can see the screwdriver and how it goes in right there.
All right, so I'm just gonna pull that through real
I'll
slowly.
help guide you from this side too.
Yeah, just feed it through.
Yeah, just to make sure it doesn't come off there.
Yeah, feed through as much as you can, and then we'll cut it to length on this side.
Okay. Hold on one sec. Okay. Yep.
Put all the crimps on the switch, and then we can go to the harness. Yeah, crimp just one side of the deal.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. That's what you need. Hey Mustang, where can you buy that tool?
Amazon, link in the description. Help your boy out. Thanks to Joey's dad for showing me that thing.
Lifesaver.
Lifesaver.
Perfect every time.
I actually got this one at Summit, but
Ooh.
I'll put the link in the description for the Amazon one.
The better one.
Yeah, that's what y'all have, right?
Yeah.
Green to white.
And the reason we're putting the two reds to the single blue is so that way you don't have to add an fuse, and when the switch is off, it'll stay unlit, and then when you press the switch, it'll light up.
So that you know your lights are
working.
working. Okay.
You can do an fuse, it just takes a little bit extra wiring, and it'll light up. I assume it's going to light up brighter when you press it, but it's a lot of unnecessary wiring. Ready?
We're gonna pull this panel off, put your fingers in and pull, clip comes out, and then we'll do the same thing. We'll work our way across, I guess. How does that one?
Yeah, kind of start on the right.
Oh, there we go. Just work in the middle.
Yeah. There you go.
That's easy.
Pretty straightforward.
Are there any more?
You got something right here, just the weather stripping.
Well, that's good enough.
That's all
right?
we really need.
Then we push
So-
this forward.
The blanks have some tabs on the top and bottom. Get it focus. And then they'll just pop out. And if you really want to, you can move these around. They're all the same size, top, bottom.
Oh, you can configure it any way you want. That's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
so if you want, you know, the factory ones on the left and then your auxiliary lights together.
Cool. Well,
Yeah.
I'll just put these ones right here.
There you go. Boom. To turn the car on?
We plugged the harness into the back of the switch. Joey just ran and put the fuse into the harness up there. And now we can test it out and see. Music off. Oh boy, look at the ceiling. Oh, look, it lights up blue. Sweet. So that worked out perfect, just like we wanted it.
That'll match all your other lights.
Yeah, at night when they're on and everything.
Yeah.
That's so sweet. Awesome. Really cool. So now we just push this in, yeah?
Yep.
That's it. And
Hold on.
hold on.
Test the light. Test the switch. So right now we're experiencing you press it and it won't lock in place. So what we might have to do is get some electrical tape and wrap it around the switch just to help it grab a little bit better, because right now it's just swimming in the hole.
Couple laps.
Yeah, just a couple laps around it. It just helps keep it in place so that way the switch will function properly. I was just kind of looking at these. Ooh. There you go.
Just like that?
Yep.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's better. Much better. So we did like 2-3 laps with electrical tape, and then we got a good switch there. Cool. So we'll tidy up that harness, tuck some of it more away so that it's not such a rat's nest in there.
Not all this mess.
Yeah.
Hanging out the fender.
Yeah, we're debating on cutting that down and repinning it just so we don't have all that excess we have to hide. Just make it fit to our length that we need.
And then tuck up that extra little bit right there.
Yeah, we'll zip tie that out of the way.
You can just put it in the kicker panel.
Yep. Save your factory one in case you ever go back to stock.
You go back to stock.
And there we have it, boys. Everything is on and working just fine. This is not the end of the video, though. We're done with the install, but we're going to go out tonight and take some shots of it at night with just the fogs, just the ditch, and then everything, the full bore effect, and show you what we got. I can't thank Joey enough. Thank you so much for coming to town.
Yeah. Thank you
And
for having me.
yeah, man, the Toyota expert in my life is Mr. Joey, so thank you so much for that. I look forward to coming back to Texas, hanging out with him and Chase, and I got to find some motivation to get behind this camera without Joey here. Because it's so strange now to not have my boys around when I'm working in the garage, and like he can just walk down and say what's up and jump on in and lend a hand. Now it's just me for now. It looks really good, so thank you so much, bro. I really do appreciate it. That's so sick. And then Joey was telling me about a mod to where you can keep your bright lights on with your fog lights, so when you're off-road, you can have the brightest light you can get out of your headlights. And you know, these Morimotos, they put out some really nice bright light.
So stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned. Night shot's coming really soon. Joey just hinted at another mod that's coming up soon.
Something.
Getting rid of those flimsy guys.
Replacing those bad guys.
So that way we can hit up Moab and really get after it. Joey can drive up, we can camp out. We need to get a rack up top so we can put a tent up there and have some fun down in Moab.
There you go.
Or we can meet up in Colorado. Kind of meet a little more halfway for Joey, make his drive a little easier.
It's all the same.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Here you go, guys. These are just the Morimoto XB LED headlights on the 4Runner. And then I will click on the brights so you can see how much further out they throw. Next, we'll do the fogs. And then we'll throw in the ditch lights. And here we are with just the ditch lights. Crazy. And then there are our bright lights going up the hill right here. There's just so much light output with these things. I wonder what it would be like if they were all white, you know, and it was just all white light that was getting thrown out there. This looks amazing though. Super satisfied with them. Install, such a breeze. Thank you, Joey, once again for your help. He is back in Texas now. But man, oh man, Baja makes it easy. Headlight Revolution makes it easy. This is so sick. I love the way that looks.